Title: I found out my boyfriend had two secret girlfriends at his funeral. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's story is about how I discovered my boyfriend had not one, but two other girlfriends and I only found out at his funeral. Let's start from the beginning. My boyfriend, let's call him Jake, and I had been together for a little over a year. I thought we were in a good place. He was charming, attentive, and yeah, he was busy a lot, but I just figured he had a demanding job. He'd sometimes go off the radar for days, but he'd always pop back up with flowers or some super sweet excuse, so I never thought too much of it. Then, the call came. I'll never forget it. I got a call from his mom one day, saying that Jake had been in an accident. She said he passed away and that she wanted me to come to the funeral. I was devastated. I mean, he was my world. I cried for days and just felt so empty. I couldn't believe he was gone. The day of the funeral comes around, and it was already overwhelming. I arrived a little early and sat with his family. His mom was so welcoming. She even introduced me to a few relatives as Jake's special girl. Then, I see another woman walk in. At first, I didn't think anything of it, but then I noticed that she was also sitting up front with the family, right next to his mom. She looked as devastated as I was, clinging to tissues and even leaning on his mom's shoulder. I was so confused. At first, I told myself, okay, maybe she's just a close friend, but then, during the service, the pastor referred to her as his girlfriend. I sat there, my jaw practically on the floor, unable to process what I'd just heard. His girlfriend? No, I'm his girlfriend. I was about to leave, but before I could even stand up, a third girl walked in, and you guessed it, she was also introduced as his girlfriend. Three of us, three girlfriends. I couldn't believe what was happening. After the service, the three of us somehow ended up outside, face to face. It was the most awkward silence I have ever experienced. Eventually, one of the girls, let's call her Sarah, broke the silence and said, "Did you know he was dating other people?" All of us shook our heads. As we started talking, things got crazier. We found out he'd been dating all of us for over a year, carefully coordinating his time between us, and even keeping our photos and messages in a private app on his phone. One of the girls had even been on vacation with him recently. The other girl was thinking about moving in with him. The three of us were furious, hurt, and honestly, we ended up bonding over how insane the situation was. It was like we were in some twisted reality show. We all agreed to cut off any remaining connections to his family, friends, and each other. But to this day, the whole thing feels surreal, like something out of a movie. And while it's tragic that he passed, it's also a strange relief to know the truth. Thank you all for listening. If there's anything I learned from this, it's to trust your gut and don't ignore red flags. It's hard to imagine that anyone would live such a double or triple life, but here we are. Life is wild, and you never really know people as well as you think. If you like this story, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.